And welcome back. This is Kotal for another War Rights event. We have another UEC on this Saturday. It is a Westwoods. This is server 1. We got a total server pop of 161, 83 on the defending CSA, and 78 on the USA attacking. And I have a guest with me today to help me out commentating, and it is Mr. Doug from the CQB. Doug, just introduce yourself and your unit.
Hello guys, I'm Colonel Doug, the leader of Colquitts Brigade, and very glad to be here today and helping you out, Koto, giving some tactical information maybe regarding the match and just trying to be a useful co-commentator for you.
Oh yeah, I'm glad to have you too, man. In fact, we have the CQB on this map here. Let's take a look at the CSA team starting out with. There's no Artie on this map, so we have on the CSA team. We've got GC 20th New York, 2nd USC, 4th New Jersey, CQB, and I believe that is it. Yep, that is it. And then leadership here looks like we've got Eddie leading 2 USC. Oh, we also have 5th Ohio. I'm sorry, Lieutenant Treat is also in here. I missed them. Then we've got GC led by Colonel Weber, or Weber, I should say.
Weber,
And,
yes.
Yep, I've been corrected, and I keep messing it up here. And it looks like we got a Warrant Officer Musket Guy leading the CQB. What can you tell us about Musket Guy?
Musket Guy, well, I do think it's his second or third event he's commanding, so pretty fresh to leadership, but definitely talented, so we'll see how he does today. Supported by Captain Carcass here, and I think Lieutenant Colonel Grimm also somewhere over there on the line, so leadership should be good today for CQB, 100%.
Oh yeah, I've seen Captain Carcass lead a couple times. I've always been impressed. I think this is the first time I've seen Musket Guy, so I am
Oh
definitely
yeah.
looking forward to seeing him and what he can do. I did miss 4th New Jersey is also teamed up with 2 USC, so they're also with those folks as well. Let's see, now let's take a look at the Union team. Let's zoom out over to them real quick. So we've got LFL, 6th Texas, 20th Georgia, and 8th Florida. And on the leadership side here, LFL is under Perdrix?
Until they will be breaking.
Arc. Lieutenant Arc. There we go.
The enemy will be,
That's easier.
Yep, I'm going with Arc. Then we got Colonel Jumbo leading the 20th. Fritz is leading the 8th Florida. And Russo is leading the 6th Texas. So looking at these two teams here, what are your first impressions here?
I do think two very balanced teams, to be honest. We have strong units from the... We have one very strong unit from the CSA, or two, being balanced over to the Union here with the Ed Florida and the LFL. We have German Corps on the CSA side being balanced over. Same for 5th Ohio, so a lot of Germans here defending today. We have CQB, of course, but I will not talk so great about my unit here. I'm going to be as neutral as possible, so I do think the teams are pretty even, and this will be a tough fight. Westwoods is a very cool map in my opinion, so we'll see how this goes. I'm very interested in how the both teams will play. I will think we will see an aggressive approach from the Union here, trying to be flanking all the time, moving around often, probably charging also very often, so I'm very interested how the Union will start this attack, because if the CSA pulls back to the fence line or even to the spawn, which happens sometimes, then the USA has to be very aggressive. So I'm very interested how this will turn out here.
Oh yeah, and actually, you can harp on your guys. I think that's all right. And since we got a few minutes here, we're actually going live now, but it's going to take them a second to get into position. What other events does CQB do right now?
So CQB is playing UEC for most of the time. We're playing UEC on Fridays and Saturdays. For EU on Sundays, we're also playing Historical Rules event, HRE. And for NA, we have Guts and Glory on Monday. We're playing BLN, and we're playing Ghost of Antietam. That's what we're playing right now.
Nice. So you got pretty good schedule during the week, weekend, and NA and EU times. It sounds like.
Oh yeah, I mean the EU part is bigger than the NA part, but we're still working on growing everything, and just offering a good experience for everyone here, and fun, of course, most important thing.
Oh yeah. So looking at this initial setup by the CSA, they've left 2 units on the point, and 2 units have pulled back. This is interesting. What do you think of these initial positioning here for the CSA?
I do think they want to bait the Union out for the point, and that way the units who are a little bit more back will that way know where the enemy is, and they can engage from the flanks or try to maybe even bait the Union to early cap, because right now 5th Ohio's left flank is kind of exposed to the entire Union team. If the USA team swings into point now, they can easily wipe the 1st Regiment. And then back here we have, what's this? This should be CQB over here, and who's a little bit further back, 2nd USC with 4th New Jersey. They can react and flank around on the right side, and they could react pretty quickly.
Yeah,
so,
I think you're right. I think it looks like a trip force. I guess we'll see if Colonel Vibar and the 5th Ohio, who's under Dreet? Dreet, yes. I guess we'll see if they fall back. It looks like the Union's kind of spread out right now, though. Well, not too bad. It looks like they're kind of concentrating on Weber right now.
Oh, this is... Yeah, and Weber has no bayonets fixed. That's not good in a wood map, because you can get outflanked pretty easily. And USA will do a lot of charging here and a lot of flanking, so I would definitely suggest to the German Corps here fixing their bayonets.
Yeah, I think it's the first volley coming up.
Good shooting, okay. Holding the line. Yeah, and there we go. 8 Florida coming in with the bayonets.
Yeah,
yep.
It looks like GC doesn't have it fixed. I think Fritz has got him.
Exactly what I said just a minute ago. German Corps should have had these bayonets ready. Oh, this is not looking good here.
Oh,
yeah,
wow. Good volley by 8 Florida and Fritz and his guys. And then LFL looks like they're supporting him as well.
Yeah, but here we go. Now CSA is moving up. 2nd USC here coming up on the flank. Pretty good move here.
Yeah.
LFL countering them.
I think you were right about them kind of setting a trap here. Pretty good shots here by 2 USC and 4th New Jersey, and then we got 5th Ohio off of them.
CQB is now also moving up. So what happened right now is that the 8 Florida basically wiped out German Corps and is now on the flank here. Tickets right now in favor of the Union, so I think if German Corps would have had the bayonets on or pulled back a little bit quicker, that line situation would look a little bit better now for the CSA right here.
Yeah, I think so. There's still one CSA unit not committed yet, which is interesting, although 5th Ohio has now moved up to support. Although not all the Union is committed either. And it looks like 6 Texas is now starting to move in. Okay, now it looks like a lot of the Union's starting to move up. There's 20th Georgia getting on the right side here of 8th Florida, it looks like.
Oh yeah, I like this constellation of how the Union is setting up here. They're working as one big team here. This is very good team play right here. It will be hard for the CSA to actually engage this. I do think the best thing would be now to actually pull back and stop engaging this big blob. Because if you run up there now, you will just get shot up.
Yeah, I agree, but okay, here comes your guys. Here comes the CQB coming up onto the right of 5th Ohio as they retreat here.
Yeah.
So what do you think Musket guy's thinking right now?
I do think he's trying to figure out where the enemy is right now, but it looks like he found them, so need to put some fire on them. Volley coming in.
I like the position he's picked up here with this log here as kind of his base. He's in a bit of a V formation.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of a V formation, yeah. Looks like he refused this line to the right side. He can basically cover 2 things. Now 8 Florida moving up.
Yep, and then on the other side here, looks like Colonel Vibar's got the GC back in line. He's going against the 20th Georgia.
Oh, that was a good volley right there. Yeah, I mean, I do think now the CSA is getting a little bit better on the defense. They're spreading out a little bit more. German Corps on the flank here. Tickets, of course, in favor of the Union right now, and USA also starting to take point now. Yeah, I do think the USA is very disciplined so far with their attacking here.
Yeah, both teams look like they're doing pretty concentrated lines here. Both are mutually supporting. Not a lot of flanking maneuver yet by the Union. It's basically a concentrated push and kind of selecting their targets in detail from what I can see.
Definitely. However, right now the CSA is catching up a little bit more in tickets, because the CSA actually now rallied up and has a decent line here. And German Corps now also advancing, that's good. German Corps pushing up on the flank, that's a good move here by Colonel Weber. Weber, I can pronounce it German, I guess.
Yeah, I try to get the names correct, so like I said,
Don't
I
worry.
screw them up, always feel free to correct me, guys.
Alright, CQB now pulling back, heavy casualties. They have stopped the Union advance here from LFL and 6 Texas.
Yep, and we are now at 34 minutes. So at this point in the battle, how do you what's your opinion at the moment? How do you see this evolving?
I do think this was a very good comeback from the CSA. I for a second thought when German Corps fell that the entire left flank of the CSA was basically wide open. But I do think the push the Union did then towards the point and the CSA regrouping and everything, putting all their forces together, led to this being a little bit of a stalemate right now and being a little bit actually of a draw. I do think USA now pulling back, and let's just say this engagement for now ends in a draw. That's what I would say so far.
Yeah, and it looks like the Union is starting to pull a little bit more to the right now.
Now, German Corps alone here, they could need some support now. If the other CSA units would move up now, they would have the Union here and kind of almost encircled, because they're getting reinforcements from Maine, but they're a little bit far away. CSA could use this time now to suppress the Union a little bit and get some tickets.
Oh yeah. What are some of the challenges on a map like this, though? Trying to, communicate with your guys and then communicate with other units.
For most of the time, it's not getting flanked here, so you have to make sure your lines are protected in all directions. You need to have scouts, and you need to make sure your people are calling out when you're being flanked, because if people are behind you and they're silent and they're charging you out, you will have no chance basically. So on a wood map, it's always communication and scouting, and always have to be careful how you're moving. And you have to be quiet also, you can't just run around, shout everything to hell, right? Because they can hear you, and when they hear you, they can also outflank you.
Yeah, so you both need more communication, and communication's more risky too at the same time, isn't it?
Oh yeah, because the messenger will most likely not know where he's running to, and he might run into the Union or the CSA, so he might die, and the message will never be delivered.
Yeah. What do you think of this? I'm a big fan right now of this formation with 2 USC, 4th New Jersey, and GC here. They got a bit of a bowl here for the Union in right now. What do you think of this formation they got?
I do think if they keep holding this formation for now, this will look good. I do think the CSA and the USA will fall to engaged at a very close time here. However, 8th Florida reinforced the Union now, and 5th Ohio is sitting a little bit back. Alright, and CQB is now far on the right side here, okay. Alright.
Yeah, it looks like he was getting his men back together, and now he's moving up. Now, if you were leading the CQB right now, where would you, I mean, it's a lot easier here since you can see the big mode, but, where would you try to find, to position them at the moment? What would you look to do?
I would most likely try to be also on the right side, and I will most likely try to engage a little bit, not getting over aggressively. So, looks like 20th Georgia right now, flanked and wiped German Corps, apparently.
Yep, they did. It looks like a mutual wipe here, although now looks like GC and 2 USC is hit pretty hard. Oh, here comes LFL. Here comes
yeah. Yeah, USA has now a chance to take the CSA's flank, and if they take the CSA's flank, the entire point or the flank of the CSA will be entirely open, and they can just swing into the regiments here, CQB and 5th Ohio.
Yeah, it looks like Fritz is moving up now, trying to find the target.
Yeah.
Yeah,
looks like he found them.
Yep, about even on tickets, like you were saying right now, the 29-minute mark, although still at battle ready.
Yeah, almost. I do think USA has a slight ticket lead. Alright, oh, CQB is advancing towards the 8th Florida now. Okay, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think they tried to get up before the next volley. I'm not sure if they'll make it in time, though.
8 Florida is reloading. Oh, and here we go. Here's CQB. Little engagement here, alright. Not pushing in though, that's very important that you're not wasting the tickets that much.
No, it was a basic fire and retreat. Not sure if it looked about like an even exchange. What did you think of that little exchange there?
I do think that's stuff the CSA needs to do on this map. If the USA is grouped up like this with several lines, I would not suggest moving up like that. Right now, if the CSA gets their people from main in, like Colonel Weber now, perfectly on the flank here of LFL, but LFL is retreating, so if he can suppress the flank now, this USA attack will most likely be having to withdraw or refuse the line a little bit. But for now, I think the CSA is doing a good job, and the USA is also pushing up very, very good. Staying together, which I haven't seen that often on Westwoods. I usually see the units spreading out, but staying together, of course, protects you from being flanked, like a single unit wiping another single unit. Because if you stay together like this, if one unit is getting charged, the others can react pretty quickly, and will be able to counter that maneuver.
Yeah, both teams are definitely doing a good job of mutually supporting. In fact, I think, you know, you can disagree with me if you think so. I think the Union might be doing a slightly better job at the moment.
Yep, you can also see the ticket advantage right now, and here we go. 8 Florida is advancing.
Yeah, it looks like they might have caught 5th Ohio here.
CQB now delivering flanking fire into the 8 Florida. Ooh, and 5th Ohio is going into 8 Florida, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that charge. I think it might have gone up a
No,
little
that's
bit
just
unsupported.
just some out-of-line tickets, to be honest, that wasn't so good.
CQB's now, looks like they're cut off, too.
Oh, CQB now on the flank, and 20 of Georgia just quick timing in front of CQB. Oh my god.
Oh, wow, yeah, they got hit hard by that CQB volley.
Yep, I would suggest now that CQB pulls entirely out of that.
Looks like that's what Musket Guy was thinking, and he is trying to pull his men back.
8th Texas has found the flank of German Corps.
Yep, although right now, looking on tickets, looks like the Union has gone up a little bit.
Yeah, should be falling to engage though pretty soon. Because we have now maybe Private Moss, if he dies, out of line, no?
Yeah, it looks like GC did the charge against 6 Texas, but now here comes Fritz charging into GC at the top of the map here. And it's a dual charge here. We got another charge going on by LFL against Eddie and his boys.
CSA will be getting entirely wiped here. I do think so, yeah. Except of who's this back here? It's CQB, who are way cut off now from the CSA spawn.
Yeah, so looks like a very successful charge here from the Union. Eddie there with his pistol trying to get a few more kills.
No, and he got stabbed. No, that was very good.
So a nice Union attack. Yeah, it looks like the CSA has fallen a little bit behind. And are they going to cap?
If I wouldn't suggest the Union to cap now, because that way if the CSA gets an organized assault, they can get all their tickets back. But here we go, 12 minutes.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by that cap. I'm not sure that was intentional or not.
Oh, CQB ambushing LFL here. Oh my lord, this is going to be brutal in terms of tickets for LFL.
Oh yeah, it looks like they caught a couple guys out in the open. And they're carrying the charge forward into 8 Florida.
Jumbo, perfect move by Jumbo here. This is awesome. CQB going in, okay.
Oh, a great flank by the 20. Yeah, absolutely. Really caught the CQB there. Oh, that's tough.
CQB is able to wipe off the 8 Florida. Now they're against Jumbo though. Okay, this might actually be pretty good, because if now the rest of the CSA pushes towards point, they might be able to retake it immediately. Because 3 Union units are now wiped. And them getting reinforcements will be pretty hard now.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if the CSA presses their advantage right now, they could take back that point real quick and get several of their tickets back. And I
100%.
think that's what is that what Eddie's thinking down here?
On the fence, don't jump it, stay on it.
Oh, looks like he's holding up here. Although we look like we might have GC here doing a flank on the CSA right, Union left. But it's going very slow here. This might give Union time to get some reinforcements up.
Yeah, I do think right now Union will move everything they have towards the point. They want to hold this. That's why they kept it. So CSA, if they react quick, point going in favor of the CSA now.
Yeah, it looks like Jumble's pulling off. What do you think of that decision by the 20th to pull off a point a little bit?
I mean, of course, Jumbo doesn't want to get advanced or attacked now by the entire CSA team. But if you only cap point, you should hold it. But Jumbo has found a flank here, I think. But he's going to be walking in front of the German
Yeah, I was
corps.
gonna say I think he gave his flank to V-Bar here.
Ooh.
Yeah, he did.
And now 5th Ohio is in the flank. Oh, yeah, 20th is in the kill box here right now. CSA is taking the point back. Yeah, this is very good of the CSA right now. But now more Union people coming in. But if the CSA
here
takes
comes
the
6
point
Texas in trying to help the remnants of 20th Georgia. But oh, here comes 5th Ohio. They're charging into 6 Texas.
Yeah, I mean, CSA has the ticket advantage right now because they gotta retake this point, so they can basically do with their tickets whatever they want to do. So if they retake the point, it will not look like this.
And it looks like LFL has gotten online as well now.
Second USC moving in on point, and this will look like a recap for me right here. German Corps coming in. Oh, this is going to be bloody in terms of tickets since the CSA recap now for the Union. Oh yeah, guys, keep up the pressure, CSA, right here. You can take out LFL also.
Oh, wow, yeah, LFL's flank is now exposed as they carry through. And here comes CQB flooding into that flank. Is that what they're thinking? But here comes Fritz as well from the 8th Florida.
This will be an
reinforce the
interesting
LFL.
engagement. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And they are stopping
CSA.
to fire and not charge in. What do you think of that decision?
No, definitely good because you do not know from the 8th Florida what's expecting you, so holding and shooting will definitely be more worth it in terms of tickets than charging in. But CSA has a big line standing here. It's going to be a shootout here from close range.
Well, it looks like the LFL, yeah, I think you were right. The LFL was already knocked back. Now it's really Fritz and some leftovers.
Yeah, but I do like the CSA now, just shooting it out because there's nothing they can really do. If they charge, they will lose a lot of tickets. So if they just keep shooting it out, forcing the Union to fall back, they've retaken the point. That's everything they needed. So they can shoot it out a little bit now.
Just try to slow the battle down a little bit.
It's all for time. The CSA is playing on time here, so.
Although it looks like we have a flank move here by Eddie onto the
Oh
Union right.
yeah. Perfect maneuver by Eddie. Perfect maneuver by Eddie, suppressing the 8th Florida, not charging in. 8th Florida has to fall back basically. Otherwise they're going to be in a kill box here now. And I do think the CSA has recovered very well from this retaking point here. Or from taking the point back.
Yeah, I would agree with you. And it looks like, again, they're doing very focused attacks here and mutually supporting. And the Union was a little bit, came in a little bit disjointed, I think.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, tickets are now, like you said, even, so pretty good.
23 minutes remaining. How do you think the Union's doing on time? Do you think they have enough time left in the map to turn this around?
I do think so. If the CSA keeps playing like this, like working together very well, but also the Union has been doing very coordinated team play so far. So I do not know who's actually on the lead right now. I'm very interested in the result, how the result is going to be. But I do think if the CSA keeps playing how they are right now, this battle can end very, very good for them.
Yes, sir. Take one person to the front.
CSA still on point though, that's one thing I don't understand. That way the Union knows exactly where you are. If you pull off the point, they will have to find you in the forest. They might have to early cap again.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think you're right about that piece. It looks like V-Bar is heading off to the right a little bit. You still got, okay, 5th Ohio's moving on. Looks like CQB is still holding on the point for now, though.
Yeah, and
in
the
fact,
Union...
they're positioned on the down flag for the Union.
Okay,
you're in the
someone was scouting in front of us.
It's a little dangerous sometimes, because the Union
Oh,
can
yeah.
see it. and just shoot at that symbol. They know you're there.
The Union really likes to attack the CSA's left flank apparently today. Again, they're grouping up all here to attack, and they're all together again.
Looks like
LFL now moving up.
looks like they're targeting the 4th New Jersey and 2 USC.
The guys with rifles shooting at these guys.
We're moving left.
And it looks like LFL is moving up here.
Oh yeah, I mean, I do think the tickets are right now looking pretty good.
Oh shit.
CQB's left flank is now exposed a little bit.
And it looks like that shot by LFL has actually forced Eddie to pull off here.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get charged.
And we got another engagement on the right side here with CQB facing off against 6 Texas. What do you think about this engagement at the moment?
Well, this is just some shooting engagement. CQB has to watch out that their left flank is now not being, you know, that the left flank is not being pushed, because that can be a ticket drain. But right now, this engagement between CQB and 6 Texas, just some shooting. Let's see how this volley will go. 6 Texas putting in a volley. See how the CQB will answer. Don't think anyone went down from this.
No, it was a fairly, and it looks like, okay, yep, I think you're right about the worries about that left flank. And in fact, okay, Muskie guy is going to now move towards the center. And it looks like he's going to run straight into the side of the line here.
Oh, LFL wanted to move towards who's this? Towards 2nd USC and 4th New Jersey, but catched CQB in between them. So Musket wanted to pull back and moved his force right into the advancing Union. But now the USA LFL is chasing a flag and is running into the 5th Ohio. That's going to be a ticket drain.
Yeah, it looks like it was, yeah.
5th Ohio counter-charging right now. Oh,
It's a lot of Union to be counter-charging, I think. And oh, look at here comes 8th Florida. Look at Fritz doing that maneuver into the side. I really like these fire maneuvers, kind of the base and then that flanking charge here. We've seen it a couple times today by both teams.
a little bit too aggressive here from the CSA, in my opinion. But if they can, you know, get some more tickets down, it's going to be fine. USA is on the lead, so very grouped up near point again. If the USA early caps again, which will not happen right now because they have the big German core line just standing right in front of the on the point here, just putting some shots into who's this? Into Fritz and the 8th Florida.
Yeah, it looks like just a general shootout right now. Although, yeah, it's the CSD Union is a little bit ahead on tickets. Not a lot,
yeah, they are
but a little bit.
not much, but this can change, of course.
Right now, it looks like it's just 8th Florida on point. The only other Union units, well, LFL and 20th, have both pulled back a little bit.
8th Florida is kinda also like in a little bit of a circle formation here. They're covering their southeast to the southwest pretty well. But oh, German core moving up,
Here
beautiful
comes Faber.
flank.
Yep.
Good volley right there. Trying to even out the tickets, but now the shots are out and the 8th Florida can put their shots in.
Yep, looks like a pretty good return fire from the 8th Florida. Do they have any support? Doesn't look like it right now. I think it's just them out here. And in fact, I think 8th Florida got the better of that engagement from what I can see.
Yeah, definitely. On this close range, I do not suggesting volleys. You should try to get your shots aimed as best as you can. But if the CSA now engaging on the left side also, 20th Georgia moved here from the Union.
Yep, looks like against 4th New Jersey and 2 USC against Eddie and his boys.
Union should pull off point right now, because they can get the CSA to breaking, and they can cap the point that way. And yeah, looks like that's what they're doing. They're pulling off the point, and CSA should maybe stop engaging that much and should maybe chill out a little bit, or stand back a little bit.
Yeah, they did lose a decent amount of tickets there, and the Union still got a decent pace. We're now at 17:30. I think that's it seems to be falling a little bit more into the Union favor now. What do you think?
Oh yeah, definitely. I do think the USA after retaking this point and when CQB got into this little kill box there, tickets turned around in terms of the favor for the USA right now. But of course, this is Westwoods. This can change any minute. I do also think that these charges the 5th Ohio did were draining some tickets for the CSA.
Yeah, I think you got to be careful about doing charges like that unless you know you got enough manpower to win, because then it's just you trading tickets and you don't have the ticket advantage. So.
Oh yeah, 100%. So 20th Georgia here in 2nd USC having a little bit of a shootout here, so that can of course get some tickets. But I do think everything the Union will do now is try to engage some CSA units and try to drain the tickets a little bit. Taking losses, there we go.
And speaking of, yeah, I think you're right. So here comes Fritz, and then here comes Ark as well, pushing up here behind those folks. And then Rousseau is taking the 6 Texas. The entire Union force is all massed up on this Union right side here.
Yep, this will be a wipe here unless 2nd USC falls back. Okay. Yeah, LFL going in on the flank perfectly. This is going to result in a wipe here for the CSA.
Wow, that was a really nice attack there by LFL, maneuvering off of 8th Florida there. And yeah, you're right, this looks like a pretty big wipe.
Now USA have a morale stage ahead on tickets here. CSA should now actually stick back a little bit, chill out with the engagements, because what the USA will do is trying to get you all the way down to breaking and then capture the point. 6 Texas just got volleyed here.
It looks like it was CQB might have done it. It might have been GC. I think it was CQB actually.
Yeah, might have been GC. Would make more sense the way they're facing.
Oh, here comes 8th Florida though.
Yeah, 8th Florida is running instead of 2 regiments, and CQB has their loads, so. Oh, this is going to be an interesting engagement right now here, because 8th Florida has 2 regiments they're facing off, 2 strong lines right here. Yeah, CSA could countercharge and take out the 8th Florida right now. Union taking point. Okay, this is interesting.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised Union's taking point again with this much time and how close they are to getting the CSA on breaking.
If they're taking the point right now, they will give the CSA a huge chance to come back. This is a good move here from the CSA. They're kind of forcing the Union to go on point in order to engage them.
Ir cantando cuando estéis listos. Ponte en el lado derecho.
The entire Union team on point now. This is interesting.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they are. I don't. Okay, it looks like they're trying to pull back now. Yeah, they're pulling back. I think Fritz or one of the guys jumped. Somebody saw it. Oh, yeah, but now we have another engagement here against Eddie, against virtually the entire CSA Union team here.
I mean, all the way back at the fence line, CSA is still controlling the point over there in case they're falling to breaking, but it's 13 minutes left, and even if the USA will not be able to knock them down and capture the point, the last stand is very close.
Yeah, this is going to be tough for Eddie, I think, here.
Yeah, if the other CSA units, of course, do not want to risk moving up now because they would open the point.
Yeah, that's a total wipe now for the 2 USC and 4th New Jersey.
Basically, they wipe 1 regiment. They should know that, so they will have 1 regiment coming up behind them, or wheeling around, right?
Vale, formamos fila a mi izquierda. Vamos a movernos a la izquierda.
Basically, German Corps and CQB are now just exchanging some volleys or putting some blind volleys in. But the Union has been very, very disciplined with their attacks, and they've been hitting the CSA basically perfect in the...
Yeah, and then here comes, let's see, Lieutenant Treat from 5th Ohio is moving up now.
Please do not engage right here. This will be... If he If he's just putting some shots in, that would be perfect. But
Oh, but
CSA has to stay together.
might be too late. Look at Jumbo. I think he's sensing it. I think he sees an opportunity here.
Yep, the big blue flag is exposing them, and CSA is not far away from breaking.
Left side. Left side.
Looks like a good volley from GC against that advancing unit.
Ooh, that was a very harsh volley here.
Yep.
There should be.
So I still like that German Corps and CQB are holding on point here. This is pretty good because USA will most likely try to do a push into the CSA and knock them down to breaking. So Eddie moving his forces also closer to the point. That's what CSA has to do now. They gotta make sure the point is in their favor right now. Even if the USA engages now, they gotta make sure they hold them off.
Yep. Ooh, nice little volley there from 6 Texas into 5th Ohio.
Yeah, 5th Ohio, I think 5th Ohio is now almost still standing here. They should fall back
Oh,
definitely.
yeah. Especially LFL's now about to come up on that rank, and they're gonna hit him pretty hard.
Definitely draining some tickets there for the CSA again. And 8 Florida on the right side here against CQB, exchanging good volleys here. German Corps.
Yeah, well, it
German
looks
Corps
like
has-
someone's moving up now. Who is this? Jumbo's gonna move up now to also engage CQB.
Yep,
Yeah.
CQB moving back. Yep, definitely you can't stand 2 regiments right there.
Looks
Together
like
with
looks
German
like
Corps.
he's falling back to Weber. Yeah, Weber.
Weber.
I'll get it right one day.
Yeah, no worries. So right now the USA will start pre-capping the point, and CSA will most likely fall to breaking any minute. What the CSA would need to do now is pull all their forces all the way back and stop engaging, so they will not fall to breaking. Here we go. Now the
Oh, there
CSA
it
has
is.
to,
Yep, there's the breaking.
now CSA has to contest point, and they have to move up.
Union's got a really big ticket advantage too. Almost half a morale state. It looks like.
Yeah. USA now has to hold the point, and CSA has to get all the bodies on point now, otherwise this will be a victory for the Union. Point going in favor of the Union. CSA has to charge.
I think you're right about that. Looks like they're doing a little bit more distance shooting though. I'm not sure about this.
I mean, they need to make sure the bodies are on point, and you can do that. You have to contest point. Here we go, German Corps on the flank of 8 Florida.
Yeah, looks like they're getting hit pretty hard here by. Oh, here comes CQB.
now.
Oh, but I
Alright,
think the Union had time to set up a firing line.
Eddie now flanking also. Good attack by the CSA here. They might be able to push the Union off. Point going down in favor of the Union now, in favor of the CSA.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at this attack here by
great
Eddie.
attack by Eddie. Yeah, absolutely.
No, perfect attack by everyone here. I do think this entire CSA charge was perfect. But the question is, will they be able to push them off entirely? Point going in favor of the CSA, but the tickets are going in favor of the Union still. But it's 8 minutes on the clock. Eddie with his revolver putting out Yankee after Yankee.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it looks like the CSA won that fight.
Definitely brave charge from German Corps, going in first, CQB hitting the center, and then second USC and 4th New Jersey flanking there.
Yep, and it looks like the Union has lost all their flags too. So now, with the situation here, what do you think the CSA should do? Now, they've knocked out the flags. They still got to hold for 8 minutes. And they're about halfway to the last stand, a little bit over halfway. What do you think's the... What play would you do as a CSA now?
This is a tough situation right now because every move you do, if you lose tickets, you're getting closer to last stand. Of course, CSA needs some time now to regroup. USA is also now regrouping, and probably what the USA was doing all the time, they're most likely going to do one of these organized push again, trying to force the CSA into a firefight and see if they can get him down to last stand within 8 minutes. Will be harsh because of the timing, but if they put in enough pressure and if they charge enough, they will definitely be able to put the CSA into last stand. So for the CSA, they should try to hold point, preserve tickets as best as they can, and only engage when point is in danger. That's what I would do.
Okay, so you wouldn't try to engage him in front of point. you would try to draw them into a kill zone and preserve your tickets as much as you can.
Oh yeah, I would play defensively because if you go on the attack right now, it will give you no benefit. Of course, you can wipe a regiment, but if you cost the tickets, you will go closer to last stand, and then you have no respawns, and the Union will just be able to send a Soviet charge to point, and they will be able to take.
Just beat you by weight of numbers.
Indeed. I mean, numbers. If we look at the balancing, I do think it's pretty even. We have 4 spectators here, so it's 5 people advantage. So.
We do have a lot of spectators on this one. I think Andrew is overlooking the he's doing the admin piece. Oh, it looks like we got the Union attack is starting to develop here, and we've got a fairly forward deployment here by CQB.
Ooh, and Union trying to regain some flags. That's some out-of-line casualties, but now Jumbo coming in, and they are reloaded. CQB isn't. Now, CQB needs support. Eddie is on the flank here. Eddie is advancing. That's a good move. Yeah, right. He said right face in charge. He's trying to hit Jumbo.
And he's going to do that same flank dude that worked out so well for him last time. And it's looking like pretty well this time as well. Although I don't think the whole CSA team is in the fight.
I think so too. I think so too.
It looks like Weber stayed back a little bit.
USA is now just charging in, trying to get the CSA into last stand. But they have taken a lot of casualties here again. But they just need the bodies on point now. It's about even in terms of people on point, so if the CSA can hold on a little bit longer, but the time is against them and the tickets.
Looks like CQB is joining up with Colonel Vibar now.
Good cooperation by these 2 units today. Oh my god, some out-of-line casualties there for the Union again. The USA, however, can just shoot this out. They have enough time getting the CSA into last stand here. The CSA was a little bit too aggressive with their tickets there. 5th Ohio with their charges, I think, was a little bit... and CQB getting in the skill box there. Drained the tickets a little bit. But this is a close fight right now, and definitely intense.
Yep. It looks like they're out shooting here, this element here, but 5 minutes remaining is a long time in this game.
Indeed. 4 minutes now. If CSA would have the same amount of tickets as the Union, I would say CSA could win this, but right now I'm pretty sure the Union will come on with a victory here, because they will most likely drop the CSA into last stand here within the next 2 minutes.
Is there anything else the CSA could do, you think, to try to change up that outcome?
I mean, they do not have the tickets to push them into final push, so I do think the best thing they can do now is try to outshoot it and try to drain the time as best as they can, use cover as best as they can, and make it hard for the Union to engage. They gotta hold off at least 2 charges.
Looks like we got a flank maneuver here by Eddie again.
Oh yeah.
The Union's gonna get reinforcements up here. Here comes Jumbo, and here comes Fritz. So Union now is at pretty much full strength.
The good thing though, what Eddie is doing, if the USA decides to push to point now, then they will be able to. Oh my god! Now Jumbo is advancing against Eddie, who has no loads left. This will put the CSA most likely into last stand right here.
Yeah, I think you're right. Nice, good time attack by Jumbo.
3 minutes, and 8 Florida charging into CQB and German Corps here. 3 minutes. This is going to be, I do think, a very, very close victory here for the Union in the end. But 20th Georgia has kind of wiped out almost 2nd USC here.
Yeah, it looks like the CQB GC held.
They held, yeah, but they have to now regroup everything on point and try to hold.
Yeah, looks like Jumbo's still got a few men left, though, as well.
Yep, definitely. Jumbo is in a good position here to outflank, and if it's Canada right now here, running into the 5th Ohio. Oh, that was brutal.
Oh,
5th
yep.
Ohio has to now defeat the 20th Georgia, and then they need CSA now has to get all the bodies on point, and if they hold off one charge from the Union, they might be even able to win this match. But they need a big line on point.
Yeah, it looks like they got some help from Eddie or whatever was left of his men here, so they were able to hold off Jumbo and his guys.
We still have some reinforcements coming in from the CSA spawn right here. If they hold off one charge, the Union might run out of time. LFL now coming in.
Looks like we also got a charge here by 6 Texas.
Yeah. Very spread out charge right here. Musket putting down Russo with the Lamette here. 1 minute 50 left. LFL.
Looks like CQB held. It looks like the 5th Ohio / 2 USC held, but they don't have much left.
No, yes, here's the issue. If the CSA had more tickets now, they wouldn't have end up in last stand. And I do think the Union is putting in one final charge here by Fritz. But if the CSA can hold this, they might be even able to win this match because of timing.
Yeah, I think it's
Let's see if
going
they're able
to come down to Fritz here in this last charge.
Yeah, oh, Fritz goes down. There we go. And oh, here we go. Final push. Not changing much. Good move by Fritz, holding on point, trying to outshoot it. 1 minute left now. USA has to just send everything to point, and
It's going to come
I do
down
think
to the
they'll
wire.
be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jumbo moving up here, and LFL at the rear. This is going to be very close. If the CSA gets a strong line right now and just keeps holding like they are with here, German Corps CQB still standing strong, but here comes the 8 Florida.
Let's see if they can punch
Eddie
through
in the
this line.
flank. I do think it will be a very close USA victory here.
Here comes Jumbo on the right side. I think this might
Yeah.
do it.
Here we go, yeah. Point going in favor of the Union, but a brave last stand from the CSA. That was defended very well.
Yep, I think that's the end of it.
Here we go.
final
Oh my lord.
Final thoughts on the this first map.
Oh yeah, I do think both teams played really well, and if the CSA would have preserved the tickets a little bit more, and wouldn't have been that, let's say, aggressive, I do think the CSA would have won this match. But very, very close fight, and good job by both teams.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. This was a very, very close map. And well played by both teams. A lot of mutual support, a lot of fire and maneuver. So looking forward to the next one. I'll have to reset some settings in between, but looking forward to seeing you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about Mr. Doug here as a guest. I enjoyed having him, so hopefully you guys did too. And, yeah, we'll see y'all for the next one.